Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be talking about the best animated films of 2023. Now, of course, this list is subjective. These are just my choices. 2023 was a fantastic year in film. I had a big conversation over at my friend Rob Fishbeck's network. We had like a 5 hour discussion on just like film for the year. And it was such a great year. It was such a diverse year that I can make videos like this and still have a bunch of movies, right? So we have these five films are still amongst my top 20 films for the year. So it was a fantastic year for animation. Really enjoyed everything that I watched. A lot of these are very rewatchable. Most of these are now available for you to watch in different places. So here we go. Now, before I get started on my top five, let me do a quick shout out to some honorary mentions that didn't quite make the list. Uh, we have the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I thought that was really fun. The animation looked fantastic. I think the thing that is lacking for me in this one is really the voice acting. Not everyone's fully on board, but I think as a fan of Mario, no matter what decade or what time you play the games, you probably really enjoy that. Also, big shout out to Batman Merry Little Christmas. This was a really fun animated film, kind of like an instant classic now for the holidays, really. It's a little weird, but it's really interesting. The animation style is not my favorite per se, but I really quite enjoy the story and the film. And they really, to me, they capture the heart of what those characters are in the comics. And of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Uh, it is just fantastic. Uh, what Probably one of the best adaptations on film of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So really enjoy that. So let's get on to the top five films for 2023 when it comes to animation. So at number five, we have Nimona. This was such a pleasant surprise. Now, for those that don't know, this is adapted from a graphic novel of the same name, and it just really captures the story from the original graphic novel very well. It's a great translation. It has a fantastic style, just the look, the animation, and of course, the story has a lot of heart, which is really what drove me. Like this is what I enjoyed about the comic book. Now, the art style is very different from the original comic, but I think it really works here. And as much as I really love traditional uh, animation a little bit more, this really worked. Just very cool visual effects. Chloe Grace Moretz, Riz Ahmed, just really great performances when it came to the voice. I have this at around at 4 stars on my letterbox. So like, yeah, this was really good film. It didn't hit all the marks, but I mean it was very close. So next up at number five, and now a couple of these were originally released in Japan earlier, but they didn't have a US release until 2023. That's when I watched them. So the movie I want to talk about next at number four is the first Slam Dunk. This is a kind of a tie-in story to the original anime, where we follow a different character and we get to learn about his story and his challenges and putting the team together. So it's really cool. We get to see. I haven't seen the original anime, but boy, this movie had a lot of things that I really enjoyed. A lot of heart, a lot of beautiful messages. So it was very exciting to go into this not knowing anything. This is also at 4 stars on my letterbox. One of the really cool things was that during my theatrical experience, there was a people that came in with the jerseys, the Shohaku jerseys, um, which is amazing. I love seeing fans just kind of go all out. Now, technically, like I mentioned, this was released in 2022, but it wasn't released in theaters in the US until 2023. So Let's move on to the number three on my list. That is The Boy and the Heron from Hayao Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli, once again, coming in hot. Uh, this movie was an experience for a few reasons. First of all, the beautiful animation that only Studio Ghibli can give us. The story, while a little convoluted and also kind of depressing at some points, I think that's kind of standard fare. But to me, the voice acting, specifically Robert Pattinson, just really knocked it out of the park. It was very cool. I did watch this on the dub, so I haven't seen the original Japanese version, but this was the only Studio Ghibli film that I've seen at the theater, because I really hadn't been watching the films prior to that, so it was a really neat experience. I fully understand why people love watching these at the theater. Fully understand why people love Studio Ghibli and this. So very excited. Really enjoyed everything that happened here, and of course I think that I don't know that Miyazaki's done. This feels like a send off. This feels like a closing chapter, but I don't know if he will ever stop making films. So, at number two, another film that I guess originally came out in 2022, but it didn't get a release in the US till 2023. So I'm putting it on my list. This is Zuzume from director Makoto Shinkai. This is the same team that brought us Your Name and Weathering with You. Um, and it was just such a beautiful fantasy, a beautiful story that was a little weird, a little quirky, very emotional, and not at all something that felt like they were just going for a romantic thing, which just made the story even better. Yeah, I just really love the visual aspects of it, the message, the heart, and all the magic that these kind of movies entail. It just really brought everything together. This one I have it at 4.5 stars. It's one of my like top films for the year overall. So there's really, if you know me, you know which movie's probably coming up. There's only one more animated movie that could have topped this, and that is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Uh, this is to me the the epitome, the pinnacle of animated films, and I think that one of the things that this franchise has done so well is has kicked the door open for different styles of animation, which is, I think, even within these picks that I have, the honorable mentions and the top five, there's such a variety of different animation styles, and this movie just kind of really goes for it all. We have the CG stuff, we have a little bit of like Lego stop motion animation, just all kinds of things, and it's just a beautiful film. This sits at 5 stars, so you will probably see this on my list when I do the top films overall of 2023. But yeah, I can't wait for. I think this movie. I think I'm gonna like this movie even more when the second part comes out. I know that was a bit of a sticking point with some people, but to me, this is as close to perfect as you can get, and just the emotional beats of the story, the relationships of the characters, the performances, like from Shamik Moore to Haley Steinfeld, Jason Schwartzman, like a little bit underestimated and underrated, I feel, in his performance. Oscar Isaac, just everyone was firing on all cylinders. So I really love this film, and I just can't wait to see the next part. So that's uh, that's the list. So let's kind of recap real quick. At number five, we have Nimona, which you can watch on Netflix now. Beautiful film. The First Slam Dunk at number four. I believe this should be available on Crunchyroll. Next, we have The Boy and the Heron, which, as of the release of this video, you can probably still catch in the theaters. Zuzume at number two, which you can probably also check out on Crunchyroll. And then, last but not least, we have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, actually at number one, so definitely not least. So, yeah, like I said, a fantastic year in animation, a fantastic year in filmmaking overall. I'm very excited to get to that. We'll be doing our best of recap shows live streams, so stay tuned in the channel for those. And of course, let me know what you thought about these films. Let me know what your top animated films are for 2023. Maybe I missed something. So yeah, really excited to go back and rewatch some of these. Really excited to share this list with everyone. So, as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone.